Thank you for taking the time to watch our walkthrough today. We are super excited to showcase to you our new script, Doppler. So what is Doppler? Doppler is a script inside of After Effects that syncs up your timeline with your music streaming service. Currently, Doppler supports Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, YouTube, and YouTube Music. In the walkthrough today, I'm going to quickly take you through the setup, what all the buttons do, and then show it to you in action. So let's start with the setup. The very first setting that we need to have enabled up here is in the Settings tab and in Scripting and Expressions. The one we're looking for is the one right at the top here, allows scripts to write files and access network. Basically what that's doing is allowing After Effects to talk to the other apps, so Spotify, Apple Music, and Chrome. The other setting we need to have enabled is our permission prompts. We have a nice button here called Prompt Apps, which will prompt this for you. So as you can see, it's asking permissions from Google Chrome. We click Allow, Spotify, Allow, and Music. We also click Allow. So in terms of actual setup, that's done. The only other thing we have left to do is to set up the hotkey. So we come down to Edit and Keyboard Shortcuts. You can see here that I have the Doppler hotkey set to my C button. Now, it's like any other shortcut inside of After Effects. You can assign it to any button or any key combination you wish. I have it set to C. Some people like it on Q, and others like it as a key combination as Shift and Spacebar as like a slight alternative to your usual preview spacebar controls. So let's show you all of the buttons inside of Doppler. At the top here, we have our media controls. We have play, pause, previous, and next. We have our on-off button, our app select. In here, we've got Spotify, Music, and Chrome. We have our ducking toggle. And we have, once that's enabled, we have the volume percentage that it's ducked down to. And we have a reset volume button. And inside of the settings button, we've seen what these do. We have a license and support button. In here, you can see the change log, some other information. You can get some support or the product page, check for updates, deactivate your license, etc. Now, the prompt apps button asked for automation and accessibility preferences. So in here, we have quick access to those. If you click those, it'll take you straight to the settings page for automation or accessibility. Now, let's show you what Doppler can do. So first off, we need to select which app we wish to control. At the moment, I have Spotify selected. And as you can see, I've got my Spotify page open. If I click play, you can see that Spotify begins to play. We can click pause. We can go next. We can go previous. And then if we come down here and change our app selection, so as you can see, I've got music open here. If I click play, that begins to play. I can pause it. I can next, I can previous, just like so. So the other app we've got access to is Chrome. This is where you access Amazon Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, and YouTube Music. It does also support the web players of Spotify and Apple Music. The only other different thing about Chrome is that it controls your frontmost open window. So I have YouTube open here. If I click play, you can see that YouTube begins to play. And then if I was to come back to Chrome and let's go to SoundCloud, if I click play, you can see that SoundCloud now begins to play. So those are the fundamental basic media control buttons. And we also have our ducking down here. Now I'll showcase that to you once I show you the key combination action with it syncing up with your timeline. So we have our timeline over here. And if I just use the normal preview spacebar, you can see that it's a very simple animation with a bit of music in the background. Now, if I were to use my hotkey, and if I have some music playing from Spotify in the background, if I click my hotkey, it will pause that music in the background and play my timeline. And I will showcase that now. So if I click the button, it's paused the music and it's playing the timeline. If I click it again, pauses the timeline and plays your music again. Now, it's been a bit of a game changer for me. I listen to music all the time. And for me, it's a simple, quick button press, but it's all about saving time working in these sorts of environments. So if I pause that music over here, and I'll just showcase it working with Apple Music. We've got that music over here. So if I click play, I can then click my play timeline, plays my timeline, and it pauses my music. If I click it again, it does the same. And then down here, we also have ducking. So if I go back to Spotify and I play, and I turn on my ducking, it means that when I play it, instead of pausing the music, it's gonna duck it down. So if I click that button, it has ducked it down, and then it brings it back up. This can be nice if you don't want your music to be paused all the time. You can duck it down to a really low volume, so it just keeps it playing continuously. For me personally, I love the ducking feature. I feel like sometimes I use that probably more than the play pause, but it is completely up to you with your personal preference. So that's just a short walkthrough of what Doppler can do. We absolutely love it. It's become a real workflow game changer for us, and it's become something that quite frankly we can't live without. We hope you guys love it just as much as we do. We really put a lot of time and effort into making this something that works, is reliable, is seamless. It really just sits into your workflow. And we look forward to hearing all of your support, feedback, and any other feature updates or changes that you wish to see.